Hello, Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you to my channel. In this video, I will discuss a very important topic, and the topic is how to score good marks in CSS essay. I believe there are certain prerequisites that the students need to meet in order to clear this exam. The basic requirements are just two: clear thinking and clear writing. That if your argument is clear, that you write a good fine English, that you can clear it. Then you don't need to go for so many debates about the types of essay, about inclusion of case studies, quotations, charts, or going for recommendations, suggestions, cause, effect, all these things. They become of secondary importance if you present a reasonable, coherent, and logical piece of writing. So that is it. Now let's start. So this is our topic: how to score good marks in essay in both CSS, PMS, or any other competitive examination. The first thing, and that is very important, and that is the selection of topic. Select topic very carefully. And how to select a good topic? You just need to follow certain steps, like analyze all the topics, focusing on how much you know about them. So study all the topics and give 1 or 2 minutes to all the topics and see which of them suit you more than others. Second, narrow down the topics to two or three. So out of 10, 12 topics, you should be able to narrow down the topics to two or maximum three. Then focus on the topic that matches your expertise, your educational background, and your preparation. So these are three considerations that should make you choose a topic. You must choose a topic that you are most familiar with, that you have prepared for the examination. Check whether the topic you have selected is broad enough to allow you to write 25,000 words. The topic should be broad enough to allow you to write 20, 25 pages so that you can justify yourself, so that you can establish your argument, or in simple words, so that you can fulfill the requirements of this exam. And then very important, don't try to be adventurous. Don't go for a topic you are not 100% sure about. Don't try to impress the examiner by selecting a topic thinking that maybe that you are the only one who is going for topic. Don't go for such considerations. And most importantly, and this is the general trend, that most of the candidates go for the topics from current affairs. So usually topics from current affairs are recommended. Number two, answer the precise question in the topic. This is of vital importance. If you study FPSC reports on FPSC website, on past papers of CSS, especially essay, one of the major points raised in those reports is that students, they fail to understand the main contention in the topic. As a matter of fact, this phrase, the main contention in the topic, is taken from FPSC report. The students, they fail to understand the main issue in the topic that is asked, or the main contention in the topic. And what happens, that students, instead of focusing on the main topic, they start discussing issues or presenting information that is broadly relevant to the topic, but that is not directly related to the topic. So you should be able to identify the core of your topic. So what is required is clinical precision in handling the topic, and digression and irrelevance kill the essay. So you should be very exact in your approach. There is no room for any dilly-dallying. Your essay is written clearly and is to the point. So this is the third point. You should make sure that you write a grammatically correct essay and there is a flow in your writing, or your writing should appear natural. So you should not stuff extraordinary vocabulary or unusual phrases or hackneyed or outdated idioms in your essay. You should go for the exact words. You should go for the jargon of the topic. but you should not try to use any extraordinary means like stuffing difficult words, alien words, or the vocabulary that is not commonly in use. That will not help. Ideas give strength to your argument and not words. Make sure your essay is without waffle. Waffle means that to write vaguely, to write trivially. That means waffle. So it means that your writing should not be trivial. There should be no repetition. There should be no grand generalizations. You should avoid pompous language, unnecessary jargon, or personal anecdotes. There is no room for any of these things. Next, a good essay has a clear argument or perspective. Your stance or thesis statement should be very clear. There should be no ambiguity in your stance. So, whatever the topic you select, whatever the stance you take, you must be very clear about it. There should be no ambiguity. And you should not switch between two opinions, taking side at one moment with one side of argument, at another moment with the other side of the argument. You should present both sides, but then you must take sides with one side of the argument. You must support one perspective. You cannot support both perspectives at the same time. In your thesis statement, you clearly take a position, you clearly take a stand, and you must stick to it. And make sure that whole of your essay is in line with your thesis statement. This is the simple formula that whatever you write in the body of your essay, that must be in line with your thesis statement. If you digress from your thesis statement, then there are problems. Then you stand no chance of scoring good marks in CSS. So make sure the examiner knows from the outset what you intend to say and can trace the development of your argument throughout the essay. So this is very important that there should be consistency in your argument. There should be no digression. Number 5, your approach should be critical and analytical. If you read FPSC's syllabus, the one thing that they mention very clearly is that they expect the candidates to write critically and analytically. In today's age, information and facts, they don't matter. They are available to everybody. They are just few touches away. What matters is your stance. What matters is your argument. What matters is the way you interpret facts and information. So be critical and be analytical. Engage with debates in the subject and explain why something is significant rather than simply describing what research there is or what theorists have said or what experts say about it. What you should do, you should engage with the debates. You should create a debate and then you should take that debate to a logical end, to a particular conclusion. Facts and information should be used to substantiate. So even if you give information, even if you give facts, they should be part of the argument. They should not be there just for the sake of being there. Make sure that your essay provides reasons based on sound evidence in a convincing manner. So whatever you do, whatever you say, whatever your stance is, it must be supported with sound evidence and your argument, it should be convincing. Next, it's a continuation of the earlier point, that is evaluate different perspectives. When you write on something or on some topic that has two perspectives or sometimes even multiple perspectives, you must discuss all the perspectives, their pros and cons. And after discussing all the available perspectives, then you must take a stance or position so that the examiner knows what you are trying to establish. Make sure your essay weighs up the relative value or significance of different points of view or theories, evaluating the key arguments and evidence for these, and making it clear why the one set of arguments, reasons, or evidence is more convincing than others. So when you discuss different perspectives, it must be clear the side that you are taking. And it must be clear Why are you supporting one point of view and rejecting the other? Never give only one aspect or perspective. Your stance or voice should be clear in your arguments. So when you discuss different perspectives, you must speak through your arguments. Number 7, avoid stereotypical stuff. This again is from FPSC reports. FPSC report says that students they generally give stereotypical answers. Stereotypical answers means that essay is discussed, for example, challenges to democracy in Pakistan. And what do the students do? They start with Lincoln's, I would say, notorious quotation: democracy of the people, by the people, for the people. And this is a very stereotypical definition of democracy, which everybody gives. Avoid using stereotypical answers, definitions. Don't use cliche arguments. Don't be trapped in cause and effect fallacy. So students, before sitting in the exam, they have certain notions or ideas about essay. That in essay, whatever the topic, they must go for cause and effect style of writing. That there must be something they may be required to write the causes and effects, something like that. And more important than cause and effect, or more dangerous from this cause and effect fallacy, is the trap of suggestions and recommendations. That students think that it is imperative for them to write suggestions and recommendations in the essay. This is not required. What is required is a very coherent and logical argument, and you can write a complete essay and you can discuss all of your viewpoints and arguments without falling in these traps of cause and effect and suggestions and recommendation. You can go for suggestions and recommendations if the essay demands. But my own observation is that usually essays don't demand this set of thinking and writing. So what is required is that you should be analytical and critical in your approach. There is no room for stereotypical stuff. Next, essay should be properly structured. Now, this is about mechanics of writing. So far, we have discussed the importance of language, the and then the importance of argument in essay. Now, the third important thing, that your essay should be properly structured. Properly structured means that your essay should follow the principles of academic writing. So let's see. Your essay should be well structured and follow the principles of academic writing. It should include an outline, a good introduction, a clear thesis statement, well-written paragraphs, each paragraph dedicated to one key point, all structured around the main argument. So what is important here? That all of your paragraphs, they should follow your main argument. And what is your main argument? Your thesis statement. So whatever you write in the body paragraphs, that must be according to your thesis statement. Then we come to the individual paragraphs. Each paragraph should contain a major point, and each paragraph should start with a topic sentence and end with conclusion. And as far as introduction is concerned, you should give a topic sentence, and then you should not stuff outline in the introduction. Now, what happens? Students generally stuff their outline in introduction as well, writing all the items of outline, just putting commas between them, sometimes semicolon, or making two or three sentences. That is not required. You must establish the significance of the topic, and then the main arguments that you want to discuss in the essay, and then your stance that you express in your thesis statement. And then, of course, outline is also important. And you actually start with brainstorming, then you prepare outline. Once you have prepared outline and decided upon thesis statement, you write introduction, and thesis statement is generally comes at the end of the introductory paragraph. And as you know, topic sentence is something with which we start the paragraph. These are the principles of academic writing. Make sure the main point of each paragraph is introduced clearly and paragraphs follow logically from each other. Following principles of academic writing is must for clearing the essay. That if you don't follow the principles of academic writing, even with good English, even sometimes with good argument, you are always at risk. Next, include references, quotations, facts, and you can quote theorists, writers, journals, reports, institutions, organizations, and you should do all this judiciously. You should be able to justify whatever you do. And the most important aspect of this is that whatever you do, you should be able to contextualize with proper reference whatever you quote. Proofread your essay. Once you have written your essay, so make sure you have proofread your essay and you have said whatever you intended to say. Also make sure that minor errors are removed and all words made legible, that your handwriting is also legible. If there is any confusion or overwriting, you can improve on that, you can correct that. And most importantly, check there are no grammar errors in your essay. Paper presentation is also important. Make sure your handwriting is legible and your essay gives feel good factor to the examiner. Write in different inks, underline important points and statements. Headings and subheadings should be self-explanatory. So presentation matters and you should take care of it. Last but not least, this is about time management. Time management is very important. I have given you a rough guide here. There are no hard and fast rules. You can go about writing the essay as it suits you, but this will give you a general idea how you should approach your essay. Select topic after going through all the topics thoroughly. Spend minimum 20 minutes on topic selection, 20 minutes for brainstorming and preparing outline, 20 minutes for introductory paragraph, 100 minutes for body paragraphs, 10 minutes for conclusion, and 10 minutes for proofreading. So in this way, you can manage your time properly. Make sure that you give enough time to the selection of topic and then towards the end to writing conclusion and proofreading. These three things, they decide your fate and you must not take any risk with them. Thank you very much. Good luck.